decisions, right?
Yes.
If you're in an abusive relationship, whose fault is that?
Obviously, it's my fault
Okay,
for staying.
there it goes. Ends there. We didn't talk about anything when it comes to abuse or anything. Having standards as a man, right, and putting your foot down on these standards is not the same as slapping the shit out of your girl. We don't condone violence against women or any of that stuff. I don't know why you took it all the way there, because those are two different things.
Well, because you were trying to make it seem like that the most important thing is that a woman has to, like, a woman is kind of like has less worth if she's not in a relationship.
She does have less worth if she's not in a relationship.
I have a comment.
Because the thing is that a woman's game is, can you keep a guy around? A man's game is, can you attain women? So if I see a girl that's in her 30s or 40s and single, she's a failure. Period.
Cheers.
Why is it that we have metrics of men for being losers? Fat, slob, not attractive, incel, but we don't have metrics of female losers?
But females can be unattractive as well.
Yeah, but even an unattractive woman.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that when just as I've been growing up and stuff, like I've noticed that girls can't, at least from what I've seen, girls can't be losers in a sense, but guys can. Like there's enough things to tell a guy being a loser. You know, you'd be like, man, you don't work, you're lazy, you're not ambitious, what are your goals, things that you do. There are all these things that you can tell a guy and you'd be like, man, you're a loser. But I rarely hear anything about a girl and what makes them a loser per se. And of course, that exists. It's just not talked about. You know, it's like it's not talked about, or it's not really emphasized on, not really highlighted. I wonder why.
And can still get a man. That's the difference. So if you can't even keep a guy, you're a loser. Here's the thing. I'm a firm believer in of getting rid of participation trophies. In life, there's winners and there's losers.
Before he continues, I think what he's saying, or how I'm understanding it is like, basically, what a guy that can't obtain / get women, it says something about him, because there are things that women are attracted to that if a guy has, it shows some sort of value. Because for example, most women are attracted to a guy who's, ambitious, who has goals and standards, who's not lazy, healthy, looks good, social skills, charming, these things. And so when you don't have those things, you don't have women. And when you do have those things, not only do you have that success in like other areas of your life, but then there's also women. And for girls, there are things that, like, as a woman, if you do, that's contingent on you keeping a man. Like, for example, how stable you are, how like emotionally mature you are. If you're very problematic, if you're more chaotic and not really peaceful or caring and giving, then not only does that affect the things that happen in your life, but that affects you even keeping a guy. And it's like those can't exist without the others. Like a successful guy is also one that can attract girls. And I guess like a chaotic woman, or problematic one, or very drama-filled one, mean, isn't gonna be able to keep a guy. That's how. We can go more into that in some other videos.
If you're a woman and you're in your 30s and you don't have a man by your side, you're a fucking loser, in my opinion. That's how I look at it. As a man, if you're not able to attract a woman, or you don't create change in a world where men respect you and women want to be with you, you're a fucking loser. Both genders have losers, just that it's different variables that make you a loser. So I know what you're...
Yeah, so it's like different variables is what makes a guy a loser and a girl a loser. And when a guy, like if a guy doesn't do things basically based off what the guy does and how it affects the world and how attractive girls are to him is a measure of his value or what he's even doing, because inherently women are attracted to these meaningful, effective, important things. And a guy doing, and mattering on what you do, you gotta have some sort of, like, mattering on what you do, your mind is at a certain place for different things. A guy that, like, let's say just wants to work at McDonald's or something, that's going to be different than a guy who's like, I'm going to be doing things to increase my skills in order to obtain this career to where I can have this money, master this craft and be able to provide and help, you know what I mean? Like, these two. And so with that, since he's doing that, that inherently is going to cause for things that are going to make him attractive, and that, yeah, it kind of like falls in place. I guess, yeah.
You're saying like, oh my God, abuse, whatever. It exists. I'm not saying it's good, but that's not. We're talking about men having standards and enacting on those standards, not using it through violence or whatever it may be. That's a whole other thing. And then we got to also take some accountability. If you're in an abusive relationship as a woman and you don't walk away from it, that's your fucking fault. You need to be able to have the accountability to be like, this guy's a piece of shit. I'm going to walk away. We're not going to sit here and cry for you. Like, you made a bad decision.
I am aware of that. I made a bad decision. I'm not asking for pity.
Because you literally changed the conversation.
I was trying to give advice. I was trying to give
advice for the context of the conversation at all.
Well, I think it was just because you stated that women who are not in a relationship have less value.
Yes.
So what I said made sense because.
But sitting in a relationship that's abusive is stupid. Stupid.
Yes, but I don't know if you've ever experienced abuse. It's not how people tell you it is. It's not like somebody just like does something once and you're like, oh, I'm leaving.
Bro, if you have the ability to vote,
little by
you're
little.
an adult, you have the ability to make your own decisions. You gotta be able to take accountability and be like, yo, this guy's a fucking loser. I'm leaving.
I agree.
Okay, so what do you want us to feel sorry for you? Like play a violin or something like that?
Yeah, that's one of the like tough things I've seen in girls is when they're with some dude that's just like, it's just like, why are you with him? Like, this fool's either so lazy, he just does a lot of like degenerate, like just negative, like grimy things, or he's not even treating you good and you're still with him, but like you have the decision to stop, and the problem is when there's not that responsibility in those actions, there's not that accountability, and so like, they stay, they stay in them for some reason, and of course it's not that simple, but you gotta be responsible for your actions, like just like how if I'm with someone and she's being very problematic and heck, even, physically abusive and whatnot, insulting me and everything. Like, it's my decision whether or not I stay with her or not. If I do, I'm taking all the consequences that come with that. If I don't, I'm leaving the circumstance and the things that I will be affected by if I had stayed.
That had nothing to do with the conversation.
It did, though. I explained how it did. It did because you kept saying that women who are not in relationships have less worth.
Yes, but you have to be intelligent enough to understand that not every relationship is the same. If you're with a fucking loser who's abusing you, right, you need to be able to walk away and find another guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on right there. Strange. In a separate video, I'll probably like, I'll look more into it, do more thinking, do more right now planning out, whatever. I'll see why. Like, I think I I can get why you're saying that if girls aren't in a relationship, then they lose their value. But like, I'm not entirely I'm not entirely sure why he said that, and so I'm gonna understand that. I mean, I'm gonna look at it, try to understand it, you know, and then see if I like, you know, see if I do understand that, see if I can agree with that or something. 'Cause I just haven't really thought about that much. I don't think so. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing. But thank you for watching. See you next time. You're looking at the sun today. How was that?
That's nice.